And we are back. We're going to finish taking off these arms. And again, so like I said, I want to make sure that I'm ready to go. All set up. I want to make sure I got my damage mitigation ready to go. I want to make sure that I got my magic mitigation ready to go. I want to make sure that I've got probably my thunder resistance up. I want to make sure I got defense and spirit buffs, and also the any extra buffs on the boss, I want them gone. Yeah, basically I just want to have all my ducks in a row going into the final phase. So I'm gonna slow it down and turn. I'm gonna make sure that yeah, that they're ready to go. So, but yeah, it's an okay fight. I was surprised that it wasn't as hard as it was on the JP side, or at least maybe it was just easier to figure out. I don't know, but it's pretty straightforward. This is like a good old-fashioned fight. You know, you got to heal the damage that's done to you, break the boss, and just get the damage done. It's not like the Moon where you attack on certain turns to do certain things, or like Ashura where you have to, you know, whatever the boss says, you have to do something in response to that. It's nothing like that. You just gotta, you just pummel it. Go ahead and pummel it. Make sure your breaks are up. Make sure your buffs are up. Just be ready to go. So I've been pretty happy with my Summer, Fina, and Lid. I thought she was just a breaker, but I found out that she's got some wicked strong heals, like really strong heals. So in this fight, I didn't even have to bring a healer because my healer is Summer, Lid, and Fina, and Rivera. They both tandem. They both heal together, and so it works out really good. You know, Summer Lid is healing when Rivera is putting up the provokes, and vice versa. When Lid is breaking, then Rivera's healing. It's super handy. So I just want to make sure I get this right. You can see it's all buffed up. So I want to make sure I'm good to go. I want to make sure I got all my ducks in a row. Like I said, I don't want to screw this up. So I know if I slow down, it's really easy to manage when the arms are alive, especially when you have death resistance and you have stop immunity. You're good to go. So I want to make sure my 50% mitigation is up. I want to make sure, see, I'm going to be dispelling. This was the easiest way I could think to dispel. I can dispel and then put the imperils back on as well. So if I do this, I can get a small chain. So right arm, left arm, get them dispelled. 1, 2, 3. And the main body has a break resistance right now. So I want to get rid of that, and I can reapply all my breaks, no problem. And so Summer Fina is ready to go. Summer Lid and Fina. So reapply the brakes. So next turn I'm going to be taking out the arms, and I remember I have to do it with a magic attack. And it has to be a magic attack if they still have, because they cast reflect on themselves. So you can't just use, you know, Water Gu, Thunder Gu, Fire Gu. You can't use any of those attacks that are like level 7 black magic or whatever. It has to be something that, I'm pretty sure, again, correct me if I'm wrong, you can mention in the comments, but I'm pretty sure it has to be something that ignores spirit. So I use Alterna from the Ring of Lucii. I think Ultima would work as well, but I'm not 100% sure. So I'm pretty sure, I think I dispelled the, I think when I dispelled them the reflect went, but I'm not 100% sure. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna go ahead and use Alterna, because I was pretty sure that was gonna work. So I just wanted to make sure I get all my, again, just so I'm totally ready to go. So I know I have all my buffs now. I've got all my, everything's ready to go when I take these arms out. And then after this, it's just clear sailing. My big glaring weakness in my team is I don't have any good healers. I use Myra at 6 star. I use Ares at 6 star. I use, or Aerith, whatever. Who else do I have at 6 star? I have another 6 star healer. I can't think of who it is right now. But I have nobody at. I have Folka at 6 star. I don't have any 7 star. I got Ayaka. That's my only healer. I only have one healer. And Ayaka 7 star is worse than Aerith at. Oh, there we go. See, now Alterna comes in, gets rid of the arms, so that clears that mission. Okay, now we're good to go. So we're good to go. Now we're all set up. I have to evoke an Esper at some point. I want to wait. I do it at the very end of the match, or at the end of the battle, because I just don't want to screw anything up. I know it's kind of autopilot now, but I don't want to screw anything up. I kind of like doing this along slowly. Again, this is sort of like a guide, right? So you can do exactly what I'm doing, and you can, as long as your spirit is comparable to mine and your HP is comparable to mine, you're going to get exactly the same results. If you have, say, Charlotte, who's putting up the general mitigation and the magic mitigation, you're going to get the same exact results. But as I was saying, Aerith at 6 star is better than Ayaka at 7 star. You can get the HP and spirit all basically comparable, but Aerith is just, she can give a 30% mitigation on turn 1, which is super nice, or anytime really. It's dual castable. She has heal over to, like, heal the start of the next turn, which is actually super useful. I use it against the damage over time people, because the damage over time happens first and then her heal happens, so it's like you get healed back up. It's super useful. Okay, now we're off and running. We just wanna make sure. I'm setting up for triple cast next turn because I like to use glitter egg on my Elena's so that she doesn't have to take a turn and imbue herself. And Rivera works really good too, because she gives a 100% light imperil and a AoE light imbue to everybody for one turn. So if you need it, if you get your Elena's set up properly, you can do a real strong nuke on that turn. So as long as you kind of look ahead a little bit, you can, I mean, you can, it's really not a big deal. Just setting up some more magic mitigation. So Egg Gion's at 81%. So look at that, 2,000 damage. I think he does it about 6 times, so like 12k damage. You're gonna need at least 12k HP for the normal stuff, and somewhere around 21k is safe with Charlotte. I'd say that's safe. I think at 23k, and she never gets really close to dying. I think she stays within 2,000 or 3,000 of dying. So I mean 20k is probably where you need to be with as much spirit as you can get. I think I have 1,500. If you can get more power to you. That's excellent. Or if your in-game buff is higher, if that also works. I think I'm at 2,000 spirit with her in-game buff. So, or yeah, in battle. So if you can get better than that, then you can get away with less. Pretty sure I go this whole fight without losing anybody, which is good because this is only my second time clearing the fight. First time I lost my friend unit over and over and over again. You know, Elena's not the strongest anymore, but she's like one of those MVP units, you know, that just like is just really good in almost all circumstances. She can give you AoE mitigation, you know, if you need to, sort of like one of those Swiss Army knife people. Like the way I use her for, oh, so a genocide beam is coming here, and this is where it hurts. This is what you gotta watch out for. Oh no, it didn't happen. On like the next turn or next turn after or something, it's gonna really come in and bite you. You need to be careful. Yeah, there's that in the limelight. That's the AoE imperil and AoE imbue. So there. Now Elena did some damage. She's good in like every situation. And so even though I have Fina's Limit Burst ready to go, I know that the main body here is going to dispel his break at some point. So I want to make sure I've got it ready to go just in case. Because I still don't know exactly how it works. I know at some point he's going to dispel himself, or dispel my breaks on him. I'm not sure when it happens. It seemed it was consistent. It wasn't random. I know that it wasn't random, but it still happened, and I wasn't sure when. So I wanted to make sure I was good to go. I think the next turn the next turn hurts, or maybe when I get below 50% or something. There are some turns where like Sylvie gets down to like 300 HP, but like never got more than that. Like that's as long as you have your buffs, your breaks, your mitigations, all that. As long as all that's good, I can't see losing this fight. Like with the way that I'm set up right now, I could switch Elena out as long as I'm doing light damage every turn. I could switch her out for whoever. As long as whoever has the ability to withstand, can get up to that high spirit, that's fine. They can do it. That's why magic users are really good, because a lot of the materials are paired with increasing magic and spirit at the same time. So they can often reach really high spirit with no problem at all. Grimlock Sakura is really good. Let me know in the comments who you use for this fight, or maybe you're having trouble figuring out what you're missing, because sometimes that happens. You're not sure what you're doing wrong. Okay, the plasma core thing, I think that was, that means it dispelled its own breaks. So there, I'm reapplying it. When it says that it dispelled its breaks, you got to make sure that it's on that turn you want to reapply them. Even though they didn't run out on their own, they were dispelled. So that's why I hold on to the breaks. But yeah, like maybe you're missing something, you can't quite figure it out. Maybe you don't have Elena and you need to figure out who else could get the job done with high enough HP and spirit. Write in the comments, maybe we can figure this thing out. When I beat the first Aegon, I was on Twitch and I was chatting with somebody in the chat room, and I was saying I got this Frevia. Like I'd really love to go in there. I don't have any friend Frevias though. And the one guy was like, yeah man, take my Frevia. Like go on in there. I got it all set up already. Like what do you want on it? I was like, I think I even told him, because I never had a pod back then. I said, throw a pod 153 on there so I can get some physical mitigation. And he did, and I was able to just reach out to the community and yeah, we got the job done. So maybe I could help you in some way. If you want to be friends on the game, I've got lots of space. I don't care what rank you are, it doesn't matter. Oh, is this the Genocide Beam turn? I think so. Boom. Yeah, so that hurts. Elena also acts as a buffer too. Like her LB has got a pretty strong full buff, So she just does a lot of things well. Alright, well the fight is coming to a close. I couldn't fit it all in this episode, so I will see you for part 3 in just a minute. Stick around.